Good morning, everyone. I'm Armstrong Williams. Wow, it is June. It is June the 2nd, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm thinking about Israel so much today. And anytime you defend Israel, people think you're in bed with AIPAC, you'll be controlled by the Jewish mafia. All ridiculous, if you ask me. Listen, I've gone to Israel on 6 different occasions. It's the most wonderful place I've ever visited in my life, actually. The people could not be nicer and more appreciative of what America sacrificed for them every day. And so I just have this love and this bias for Israel. I've seen firsthand. I was there during these suicide bombings. I've been there. I've gone to the Gaza. I've just seen it firsthand. And so many people are just so naive and really out of touch. In fact, Palestinians live better in Israel than they do in any other Muslim country. And so it brings us to the topic today. So much is being made today and over the last week over Israelis, commandos handling of an armed assault aboard a flotilla of ships bearing humanitarian aid for Gaza settlers. You know, and I want you to put that phrase in quotations because that was allegedly the cargo at this time. I mean, I don't know how much you know about the history of that strip. I mean, think about all the other times when Gaza sympathizers snuck through under the cover and guise of night, smuggling arms and other weapons material for one purpose and one purpose only, and that was to kill Israelis. Just look at the underground networks of tunnels through Egypt as one example. I mean, we've heard the stories about how Egypt had closed some of these tunnels down because they were using these tunnels for the terrorist attacks on Israelis. I mean, come on. That larger point is missing from this rapidly developing storyline. Hamas is just hell bent to destroy the nation of Israel and all who live there. They want them to just disappear in the sea. Imagine this. If this blockade run has succeeded, it would have opened a new distribution channel for Hamas armed smugglers to penetrate the blockade, and God knows what else. Yes, the assault probably wasn't necessary, or at least it could have been handled through alternative means. But yes, absolutely, it could have been handled differently. But look, a quick word about that. I bet that those Turkish passengers possessed weapons. They would have used them and then offered the same rationale that Israeli soldiers used, self-defense. So spare me these phony and ridiculous outcries from the passengers used in calling an attack unprovoked or whatever they offer as excuses to assault the commandos. They were bent on assaulting these commandos. They were bent on challenging this blockade that has been in place since 2007. If they had nothing to hide and were law-abiding citizens, why attack an Israeli soldier in the first place? And listen, I want to commend Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for his actions so far on this matter. His country is wedged between nations of hatred. Imagine if you lived in a community and your neighbors just next door to you were your sworn mortal enemy, bent on destroying you and your way of life. And if given the chance, they would cut the wires to your home, bust out your windows, and even worse, kill you and your family the first chance they get. That's how it is every day in Israel. No one should live in that fear. Netanyahu's brass knuckles military policy when it comes to Hamas and Gaza is unfortunate but necessary and the right strategy in that part of the world. We must pray and hope that everybody can find a path to peace in the coming days, months, and years. But unless and until that changes and both sides agree to live in harmony, then Israel has no choice, no alternative, no option, and must do what it needs to defend itself and its people against these people who are bent on destroying their way of life and making sure that they vanish from the face of the earth. I'm Armstrong Williamson. Thank you.